Radio is being brought to you by the Constitution of the United States of America.
The Constitution void where prohibited by Feeny.
Hello everyone and welcome to Boy Meets Retrocast, the show where two guys look back at the show that shaped their lives. I'm Blake.
I'm Kyle, and I was the former helicopter reporter for Channel 12 before a disastrous crash.
Where did that even come from? Where did that one come from?
That all came from me.
Okay, I was waiting for the reference to something. Okay. Today we are talking about Season 2, Episode
17.
Episode 17, On the Air, written by
Mark Blutman and Howard Busgang, directed by David Traynor. Original air date February 10th, 1995.
Oh, February 10th, 1995. Very good. Okay, what's going on in this episode? And then I do want to talk about two different topics before we get into the show. So go ahead. What is the episode about first?
The school's radio station is so boring. Corey and Shawn can't even make it more interesting until they hit on the one thing that can really get people's attention. Lunchtime lust. Will the teachers let them get away with it? Meanwhile, Eric enters a magazine sweepstakes. And this actually begins Eric's slide down the evolutionary scale.
We'll get into everything in a few minutes. I do want to cover two topics, Boy Meets World related. Something I just want to do on the show a little more often as something comes up. I know we're a little late on this because it's supposed about 2 weeks after all this news break, but whatever. First of all, it was announced William Daniels himself is coming out with a book later on this year. I got the cover right here. It's called There I Go Again, How I Came to Be Mr. Feeny, John Adams, Dr. Craig, Kit, and many others. Man, about covering everything right there in the title.
Man, I know they did that shot with all the Feenies. Imagine if they did it with all of his characters.
There's the cover right there.
Yeah.
So very looking forward to that. I almost hope he does the audiobook, because I'd totally listen to that. I'd totally listen to the audiobook for that, you know, if they did that.
I'd listen to William Daniels read the frickin' phone book.
Exactly. So if anyone knows if he's going to host, he's going to do the audiobook, please let me know. I will totally buy that. So, and other news.
It would be great together. Him, Malcolm McDowell, James Earl Jones, and Morgan Freeman reading an audiobook.
That'd be fun. Radio play, people. Radio play.
Yeah.
So the other big story going on right now is the Grow Me Drill controversy going on right now. I don't know if you've heard about this yet.
No.
But first of all, have you seen the mega cast photo?
I believe you showed it to me. Yeah.
Yeah, the mega cast photo that happened during the last episode, last filming of Girl Meets World, where the entire cast showed up.
Yeah.
From Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World. And it's a nice big group photo. Well, there was a lot of more insight than just that picture.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm actually going to I'll put the picture up in our show notes so people can see the picture if you haven't seen it already. It's up on our Twitter page, on the Boy Meets Retrocast Twitter page, if you guys didn't see it.
Yeah.
But, so they did this big episode. Every episode's called Girl Meets Something. That's how the show has been since the beginning.
Yeah.
And the title of the episode was Girl Meets Goodbye. Which is weird, getting how we're at the end of season 3, and we're still in high school. I figured we'd at least go a couple more seasons.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing is, are they getting canceled? Are they getting canceled after 3 years? Because the guy who plays Josh on the show, Josh Matthews on the show, actually got the crowd to start chanting one more season and put it up on his Instagram page. So I don't know what's going on as of this recording of this show. We recorded it a couple weeks early before August, but it's a big deal right now. I don't know any of the details, so as we go closer, I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of Twitter buzz going on. Is the show's getting canceled, or maybe move it to Freeform, or maybe Netflix pick it up, or something.
Or maybe it's
what do you think?
Or maybe it's not getting canceled. He was just getting the crowd pumped.
I don't know. It's a weird situation. Because also, the whole thing with Goodbye, a lot of people were thinking maybe this is the death of Mr. Feeny as a character.
Oh my God.
Which a lot of people are thinking they might do.
Yeah.
Just so that they don't have the issue a lot of casts have where you have somebody die.
Yeah.
I don't want to be morbid about it because I love William Daniels. We talked about his book, and I love the guy, and I'd love to interview him on this podcast maybe when his book comes out later this year. I'd love to do that. I know how to talk with book people, so I'm going to get in touch with some people. So I'd love to do that. I'm just throwing it out there. But if they did that, I understand it. I'd understand if they did that, and that's why they had the whole cast back together for a funeral.
I thought the only reason that they would actually kill off Mr. Feeny would be if William Daniels actually died.
Or maybe they want to beat him to the punch. It's not that possible. It's not that difficult to do. But again, he's in the group photo, so I have no idea what's going on. And it's a weird situation.
Well, if it's about Mr. Feeney's funeral, maybe there's a spirit only Corey can see.
Or like
Chet Hunter.
Chet Hunter, thank you. Like Chet. Because who's on Grimme's World as a spirit for Shawn. He was in an episode. I thought it was amazing. I was like, oh crap, they brought it back.
I still think one of the funniest moments he ever had was when he goes to leave Jack and Shawn in the last episode. He grabs Rachel's ass.
Great moment. I didn't even know. That was the best part. Okay, well, we'll talk about that in a way future episode, by the way. I just wanted to throw that out there. Those are the big topics in the Boy Meets World. It's weird having Boy Meets World news. Because we never have to. It's not like Seinfeld, because I know Sidecast does that a lot, where they have to do news, because the big four are always doing something. We don't have that kind of stuff when it comes to our show, because outside of Boy Meets World, there's really not a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
I did watch the last episode of Boy Meets World, and you know who's doing a lot of directing on Boy Meets World?
Who?
Shawn himself.
Ryder Strong.
He's doing directing a lot of episodes lately. That's pretty cool. And Ben Savage has been doing producing.
He's become the David Trainer of the show.
And I have to admit, I really like this past episode because he did a lot of really cool camera work. It was like noticeable camera work in this live show. It was really, really cool. So
I was gonna say,
great episode this week.
I thought a better cover for his book would be if they actually had all the characters listed. You know, sort of like the shot in that one of the last episodes of the first season with all the Feenies. Yeah.
Well, that's a cool thing, and I can't wait for the book to come out. So more information on that as I get it. He put the cover on himself. He put the cover himself out. So that's pretty cool. He does have a Twitter page. Go figure. He never posts on it, but he has one.
Yeah.
All right, let's actually get to the show we're actually talking about today, which is On the Air. And kind of a hidden gem. I have to talk about when we went over the show. A very hidden gem with this one. I enjoyed this episode. Maybe because of what we do here. We're doing this, so that could be why. We're doing a podcast about a show at another radio station. Go figure. Go figure. It reminds me of, I used to listen to a Stand By the Bell podcast that did a lot of radio. They always joke about that in their radio episodes. Like, we're doing a podcast about a radio show on a television show.
We're doing a podcast about a radio show being done by a couple of characters in a TV show. Is this episode fucking with us?
Seriously, you can't write that shit, you know. So, anyway, we open it up.
It's more meta than Deadpool.
We're opening up at the school radio station, and Feeny is bringing us into pirate radio. By the way, does Patriot Radio ever come back?
I don't know.
I don't think it ever comes back after this. So one-time episode.
And Alvin makes another appearance.
Yes, in the Feeny sidekick on the morning zoo.
Yeah, his wacky sidekick. Yeah, he's about as wacky as. Let's see, who can I think of the lead? He's about as wacky as Tyler Perry.
Well, the funny part is, he never really had a chance because when Alvin tried to talk, Feeny took the microphone away and said he doesn't like a mic hog. Like, what? You're not even letting him talk. Like, what the hell? You don't know. He might be like nerdy funny. You never know. You know. I give him that. He just has some funny lines on the show. I will get to Alvin later because I'm curious something later. I'll get to it later.
Yeah, we meet his brothers Simon and Theodore.
Yeah, we'll talk about Alvin later. I do want to reference. I'm going to talk about him, a character later. But anyway, so Feeny's hosting a music show, and we start with Michael Bolton. Which, ironically, 1995 was a big year for Michael Bolton, so I'm not really talking
I keep saying the only two songs of his actually like are Love is a Wonderful Thing and Go the Distance.
But I think I played a Michael Bolton song on the last episode of, like on the 1995 episode of Living the Glory. Because we play the song, like the number one song of the week of the game we're playing.
Yeah.
And I think the Michael Bolton song was number one that week.
What?
It really was.
Which one? What song?
I don't remember what song, but I remember I played Michael Bolton on the 1995 episode of Living the Glory. So that's pretty fun. I don't mind Michael Bolton. I don't mind Michael Bolton. I do enjoy him on the Jack Sparrow song. Have you heard that?
No, I haven't.
Jack Sparrow with the guys from SNL. I can't think of the names right now.
Oh, The Lonely Island?
Yeah, he sang a song on The Lonely Island called Jack Sparrow. It is hysterical. Yeah. It's him thinking about Jack Sparrow from the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's so funny. It is what I didn't expect it to be so funny. It's hysterical. He makes fun of himself, which makes it funny.
I do wish though that someone let go of his balls.
Well, he makes fun of himself in the song, so you'll appreciate it because he makes fun of himself. Yeah. Anyway, he plays Michael Bolton, and this causes everyone in the school to start groaning, and Shawn to try to cut the wires, which makes sense for Shawn, except he has a plastic spoon.
It's not a knife-spoon.
It's a plastic spoon.
And, I was going to say, I have that similar reaction to whenever they play a Mariah Carey song at work.
I like Mariah Carey, so I don't know why.
Well, this is one of those where she goes,
So every Mariah Carey song. So every single one.
Oh, no, this one is completely and utterly other. I swear to God, I think if you played that song outside, your dark dogs barking in a 5-mile radius.
See, I like a couple songs by Mariah. I like Her Hero is one of my favorite songs of all time. And I like, but here's one of my all-time favorite songs. Like, that's one of my all-time favorite songs. So, anyway, and I love the fact that Turner shows up and hands him a knife.
Yeah, plastic
and I
knife.
love their double takes. The two of them did
plastic knife. Oh, thanks.
Whoa!
I think that was another.
Probably.
Yeah, that was another gasp that made it into the montage of supposed.
to do with Feeny.
Yeah.
To do with Feeny. And then I love how we're going to take it old school with little Mr. Barry Como.
Oh, good. Put all the students to sleep.
Oh, shit. By the way, anyone know, this is during lunchtime? Okay, I'm making sure this is during lunch. I could Turner mentions lunch. Okay, I'm making sure that's what I'm hearing. Okay. So, Turner gives them the suggestion, if you don't like what you hear, do something about it, which seemed to be a theme in this episode. I'm okay with that. That's like almost the exact advice I got for Kevin Smith to do. For Kevin Smith getting people to do podcasts. That's how we're here. That's how we got here.
If you don't like the lack of Boy Meets World podcasts, do your own.
Oh, dear. I mean, this is coming. I got the advice from someone who does a Frasier, a podcast about Frasier. So go figure.
The character or the show?
The show.
Oh.
Kevin Smith did the whole podcast about Frasier. I'm not making that up. I'm not making that up. Anyway.
Why not? Richard Jeni was actually able to do a whole routine on Jaws the Revenge.
I listen to podcasts. I listen to a podcast that goes through Star Wars minute by minute. And I'm not joking. They just finished Phantom Menace. We're going into Attack of the Clones in about a month. I'm not joking.
Oh, good. So we get to go through the suckage painfully slowly.
Dude, you really enjoy Star Wars Minute. It's really freaking fun. It's a daily show. It's very funny. It's a very, very funny show.
Have an entire episode dedicated to the opening crawl.
They do! Minute by minute. And when I say minute by minute, I mean quite literally, they spend a week on the opening crawl. And I'm not joking. I listened to the Return of the Jedi one. They spent a week on the opening crawl. They spent 2.5 weeks on the pod race in Phantom Menace. I'm not joking. This is what they do. It's a great show. It's a fantastic show. Anyway, no. So Corey says that if we become radio personalities, then we'd have personalities. Which is a great line.
Isn't that how it usually works for some radio personalities?
Why not? End up being your freaking personality out. You know? And then, what's the difference between won't you do something and Turner's like, well, what are you doing between doing nothing at school and nothing at home?
Well, that would cut into
which I've never had that problem in school, so I can't argue that point.
Well, that would cut into whatever nothing they do in the middle.
Yes, which is talking to Turner, apparently. Talking to Turner about doing nothing. Shawn did have a great line, is I don't want to do nothing, which is one of my favorite double negatives of all time. I love that double negative.
All hail the awesome head of hair.
I love the double negative. And I personally love Corey trying to sell the radio, saying, we're sitting around talking like we're doing now, which is true, which is totally true. It's what we're doing. It's what we're doing. But pressing buttons, how hard? Just like Turner's reaction was hysterical.
Well, that's one over on us. We don't really have to press buttons.
I gotta press record. That's about it. I gotta press record. But
I was gonna say,
Turner's come on!
A monkey could do our job.
Hey, I gotta edit this shit. Dude. I swear, if anything, no one would know how to run this damn network if it wasn't for me, because there's so many more details than people realize. Anyway, so Corey does say he has a radio voice, which I can go with that.
Yeah.
Shawn says he has the radio face, which is a really dumb comment to make.
And also rather self-insulting.
Exactly.
Hey, if anybody's going to be insulting themselves on this show, it's going to be me. That didn't come out right.
It really didn't. No, it really did not. It's almost like I was listening to, I was watching WWE last week, and Dean Ambrose goes and tells Daniel Bryan, out of all the people we kicked their asses, you were my favorite. That did not come out right. It was better in my head. It was better in my head.
He never had more pleasure kicking his ass.
That was a great line. It was that's the way he said it was so freaking funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then right as they pause from this, Turner says, I will go and
talk to
Feeny after lunch. And then for you youngsters, Menudo.
Talk to him now!
William Daniels saying Menudo did crack me up, though.
We need to have that audio clip.
That made me laugh. So, we cut home.
Just imagine somebody in a nice Boston accent saying the word Menudo.
Yeah, they're very funny. Very, very funny line. Line readings for Feeny reading the band made me chuckle. I'm not going to lie. Feeny doing radio is very, very funny.
Yeah. and dude, really, we have to have that clip.
Yeah, it's very funny. So... Okay, we head home, and Corey's really excited about doing radio. I have to admit, he was really, he loves this, and it's great. I completely get it. You know what I mean? I'm doing this, so I get it. I can relate